you've been following my channel, then you know that I'm a big fan of the Wim Hof Method, in particular the breath work, but you can't do it all day long. So what are you supposed to do with your breathing for the rest of the day? That's what this video is about. Hi, I'm Tim. This is Selfless Awakening, where I like to talk about mindfulness, personal growth, spirituality. If you like what I'm talking about, subscribe and click the little notification to stay up to date, okay? All right, so here we go. I read a book by this guy, James Nestor, called Breath. Such an amazing book. Highly recommend reading it. He talks about a lot of really important stuff about breathing in here, like you should breathe through your nose, not through your mouth, like super important. But the thing I want to focus on that he spoke about was the tempo of your intake of air and expulsion of air throughout your everyday activities. Like, is there a certain amount of breathing in and breathing out that's good? The Wim Hof Method, we have very specific timing and amounts of breaths that we do to do the power breaths. But he doesn't talk a whole lot about how to breathe throughout the rest of the day. In James Nestor's book, he does. And they did a lot of research on this, and it boiled it down to 5.5 seconds in, 5.5 seconds out, equaling about 5.5 breaths a minute is the ideal thing to shoot for with your breathing. Now, he says in there that you don't have to be so specific, like 5.5, 5, you know. Getting close to 5 is fine, and just getting a general sense of whatever 5 feels like. You know, just getting that tempo of 5 in, just getting your body used to that feeling normal is really important. And here's how it's been in my day-to-day. I don't think about it all the time. I catch myself breathing through my mouth all the time. I catch myself doing quick breaths. I catch myself holding my breath sometimes. And it's really hard to breathe the same way all throughout the day. But what you're going to experience if you're like me is you're going to experience moments where you become present to it. And then you go, oh, I'm definitely not breathing 5 in, 5 out right now. And then you just sort of become aware of it. And your day will go on, and then your mind will wander, and then, oh, you'll catch yourself again. But eventually, after doing this for a few weeks, you'll start to be able to train yourself in your day-to-day to breathe in a bit more through your nose slowly and out slowly. Sometimes, like when I wake up in the morning, I'll get my espresso, and before I do the full Wim Hof method, what I'll do 5 in, 5 out, like with my eyes closed. Usually I blow out through my mouth when I'm doing that, because there's something about me breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth. It just feels so circular, and I like the idea of that. And it sounds kind of crazy, but that's what I'm thinking about. And that is a part of other breath meditation practices. But typically when I'm doing the 5 in, 5 out, if I'm sitting, sometimes I'm sitting with my girlfriend talking, and as I'm listening to her, I become aware of my breath, and then I'll just start doing the 5 in, 5 out, but I do it through my nostrils, because she gets annoyed if I'm blowing air out when she's talking. She's like, are you something wrong? Every time I'm breathing like that, she thinks something's wrong because I'm basically in a meditative state. So I'm sneaky now. I just do it through my nose. And also, I'm a voice teacher, so when I'm listening to someone singing in a voice lesson, I can still pay attention to them and be 5 in and 5 out. It's almost like the Eckhart Tolle's inner body awareness meditation, where he says, if you're feeling stress in a meeting or your mind is wandering, just hold your awareness on the inside of your hands. Just feel that electrical feeling in your hands. Like if your hand is just sitting there still and you focus on feeling it, he would say, just put your awareness on that feeling in your hand. This is kind of that same idea. What you're doing, though, is you're putting your awareness on those. See, I just took a breath through my mouth. Did you see that? Oh! So you want to breathe in 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, and you can just be aware of that. You don't necessarily need to count once you start feeling that tempo. You can just start getting used to, just in general, breathing in and out at that pace right there, about that pace. It does change things. Try it. I highly recommend trying it. I'll leave you with that here. Leave a comment if you've tried this, or if you've read this book. If you've had any breakthroughs from this book, let me know. I'm interested. I love these practices. It's a big part of my life, so please share with me. All right, so there you go. 5.5 in, 5.5 out. Don't be too rigid with that. and do the best you can with it. It'll change your life, and breathe through your nose. All right? Cheers.